Hi everyone, student meteorologist Trevor Blatnik is back on a beautiful Friday afternoon with yet another weather update. Like I said, happy Friday here in the Mile High City. It's upper 50s. The sun is actually starting to come through the clouds just a little bit, and there is a little bit of a breeze, but overall it's very nice. We have a chance of some showers, potentially even some thunderstorms as the day goes on into the late evening. We could see some rain. I know some parts of the state have already seen thunderstorms. Some parts of the state have even seen some lightning as well. We might. It just kind of depends how these storms develop as the day moves on. Two things. Let's start with the good news first. It's going to get up into the 60s tomorrow on Saturday, up into the 70s on Sunday, and the next week is looking pretty good on the temperature side. The bad news, I don't necessarily know if it's bad news, but we've moved into 9th all-time, first since 1984, with the snowiest season in Denver with over 80 inches of snow after the storm dropped, I think, half an inch of snow on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. So 9th all-time. Of course, it was buoyed from Xylia in mid-March with the 2.5 feet of snow, but still, over 80 inches is extremely impressive. And overall, very cool to see that. Back to the good news. Because of all that snow, for the first time all year in a very long time, there's actually part of the state that has no drought indication. It's not a slight drought, no drought at all, the very northern half of the state. However, a lot of the western slope, a lot of the high country are in an extreme drought. That is bad news because that's obviously where most of the fires are once the weather starts to warm up and dry out. If there's lightning, that's how the fire up in Grand Junction started last year. There was lightning. And in fact, the fire got so big, it created its own pyrocumulus clouds, and there was lightning from that as well. So a fire can almost extinguish itself or can make itself bigger with lightning. And that's why it's so important that we get some moisture. On the moisture front, the next week has multiple days with the chance of precipitation in the city. We might see some snow. It won't be a lot as it stands right now because of the warmer temperatures. It would be overnight, early morning, likely nothing during the daytime hours. That would be rain, possibly some thunderstorms, but we might see some snow. Overall, the drought and the drought lessening up in the northern half of the state is exactly why every time there's rain in the forecast, I get excited. Besides just loving the rain and the thunderstorms, it's good for the state, and we need to see some more in the high country and the western slope as well. But if some of the state is out of the drought conditions, that's still very, very good news, and it isn't something that should be lost on us just because part of the state is struggling. We still have a lot of work to do, and obviously we can't control the drought conditions. We can't control the weather, but it's still very nice to see. And hopefully over the last month or so before wildfire season really picks up, we get some more moisture on the western slope to just get some moisture in those plants. In California, the vegetation is at its driest state ever. They've never seen less moisture in the vegetation. That's kind of looking like it's going to be very, very bad in California. Very similar to what it was last year, potentially even worse. So if we can avoid that, we should be in a good spot. But still a lot of work to be done, and there's still a lot of time before wildfire season begins. Of course, remember Cameron Peak burning September, October, and then you had the East Troublesome that burned in October, and just all of that smoke right before the big storms. We're trying to avoid that. We need some more consistent moisture, and if we can, we should be good there. I'll be back a little bit later, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, with another weather report. A new episode of News Ahora is out on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, so check that out. Nancy Esquivel and Jessica Livingstone did the weather for that. So make sure to check those out as well. And until next time, stay safe, everybody.